This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by my old mate Carl Frampton. How are you, Carl?
I'm good, Kugan. Doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Obviously, breaking news in the last 20 minutes about Ben Eubank being postponed. Can we get a quick reaction to that?
First I've heard it. Didn't know that. Ben Eubank was born. Did you know that? No. I'm in DAZN's office and no one else knows this. Kugan, you're breaking the news there. What's happened?
It's literally been all over social media in the last 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? What's happened?
Ben's got an injury.
Jesus. Right. Well, I don't really know what to say because you've just put me on my toes there, and up until I spoke to you, I thought it was happening. I was going to be in Tottenham Hotspur in a few weeks, but
It's
I don't
all
know.
over social media, Carl.
Oh, dickhead. Fuck me.
Wake
Dummy
up,
here.
Frampton!
I was up at, do you know what time I was up at? 4:45 this morning. Jesus Christ, what a clown.
Wake up, Frampton!
No, fucking hell.
For the purpose of the video, this is an absolute joke, so no one listens. Ben Eubank is definitely fucking on. Frampton just got pranked.
Might hang up.
I thought I was going to say this to you, and I was thinking Frampton's a bit too shrewd to fall for this, but anyway.
I'm too tired. That's what it is.
So I've got my clip. It's fine. It's all good.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what? Seriously though, I did wonder what would happen to you since kind of the move from over to zone, etc. So I'm really glad they've got you because you're good at what you do now, and
Thanks, Kugan.
I'm really glad that you're part of the team there. So you must
Well,
be.
I'm glad to be here, to be honest. I mean, it's I mean, I know boxing. It's probably the only thing I really know about that I can talk about in any sort of length or depth. So um or to be joking there somewhere as well. But I I'm delighted to be involved in boxing, remain in this sport. We're starting to see all the big fights. This is the platform where the massive fights are happening, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Do you know? Obviously, you've been doing it a while, so now obviously after you've retired, but when you were fighting, did you always think that this is something that you would naturally kind of go into?
Not really, to be honest. As my kind of at the back end of my career, I was doing little bits and pieces of punditry, and the feedback was always decent. So towards the end, I was hopeful that I may get involved in the odd fight night here or there, but I was very lucky to sign a contract. It was BT Sport at that time. It changed to TNT, and now I'm here with the Zone. I mean, I've made lifelong friends at TNT. I had a great couple of years there. Genuinely, people that I am very, very fond of, but at the minute they can't secure any boxing. And for me, being a boxing fan and it being the only thing I know about, I have to be around big fights, and that's why I'm here. But I'm buzzing to get going, really am.
Absolutely, and obviously with the zone now, obviously, I suppose the main aspect of this kind of transition period now is the fact that Queensbury are now obviously with the zone on the same platform as Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and this hasn't been seen obviously since the Sky Sports days with Eddie and Frank obviously on the same platform. But I mean that's a weird thing to get your head around that they're kind of not only on the same platform, but they're kind
Yeah.
of sitting next to each other and kind of promoting each other's fights. That's for people that have been in boxing or whether it's your side or my side to get your head around that is quite still a thing.
Oh, it's good though, isn't it? And I think that I mean, who could ever imagine that Frank and Eddie would have this? It's a bromance, really, isn't it? The minute like what's going on, they're going around, they're touring the country, giving people interviews and stuff together. Um, but it's good for boxing. The fact that you have two rival promoters, and they are still rivals, and they are competition for each other. I think competition's healthy for a start, but the fact that you've got these two plus Golden Boy as well. under the same umbrella. There's so many potential unbelievable fights that can be made, and with the backing of Turkey Al Sheikh and the Saudis as well, it looks like it's going to continue to happen.
Absolutely. You've obviously worked with both promoters in some of your fights over the years. I mean, I remember the check with Scott Quigg, where they brought the big check to try and entice you into that fight, and you was on the opposing team back then. It seems like a lifetime ago, but it kind of was. It was years ago now.
Forgot about the check, to be honest. That was a good move actually from Eddie, wasn't it? It was a shrewd one. But I knew there was more money to be made in that fight. Well, I thought to be made in that fight. So yeah. I mean, I've actually I worked with Frank. I worked with Barry Hearn at the start, way back at the very start of my career. And then Barry McGUIGAN done a few of his own shows, and then we went to Eddie. We were with Eddie as well, and then Cyclone Promotion started, so I was with them, and then I went back. I was at Frank with two points in my career. I've worked with everybody. I've worked with Top Rank as well, so I'm a bit of a boxing slut, maybe you can say that. But actually, I have a good relationship with them all, and I know there was a lot of needle around the Quigg fight in particular with Team Cyclone, including myself and Eddie, but Eddie's all right, and I don't mind him at all.
I will say, you know, the press tour you guys did, Manchester, Belfast, and London, the build up in that, right?
That was good, wasn't it?
One of the best, like these press tours, back to back. Every press conference was unbelievable with all the different characters that are on there, and it was one of the best build ups to it. But yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago now, so it must do for you as well. So
yeah, a long time. I don't even know when did I fight Quigg? 2015. Yeah, next year it'll be 10 years. My God. Right. No, this year. Hold on. We're
I was going to say 2025 now. You still need to.
I'm letting myself down here, aren't I?
You need to wake up here. Obviously, the schedule on DAZN coming up. I mean, we're into April now, and like I said, the fight that is on, let me repeat, is on the 26th there. That's like four and a bit weeks away. I mean, this is something that's been in the making now for what, nearly 3 years or over 3 years now. So
yeah, it's a huge fight, and obviously it all. I mean, I'm saying things that people know, but it goes way back to the dads and their rivalry and everything else. And but there's so much going on around it. It's a massive fight. They've sold out Tottenham Hotspur already. The appeal for this fight doesn't only appeal to boxing and sports fans, but maybe casual sports fans even who maybe don't even pay that much attention to sport will want to be watching this. It's a huge fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being part of it. I wanted to be there as a supporter, but lucky enough, I've now got a job with DAZN, so I'm going to be working.
What have you made of the build up? Has obviously had a few talking points from the build up, but the the 100 grand fine, etc., etc. But what did you make from that? Because they did like a double press tour, obviously, from it. What did you make from the build up? Did you make anything from that on either side, from EUBANK or Ben?
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. The egg specifically was very, very funny. I know people. I mean, I think I seen Barry McGUIGAN say it could have potentially career ending. Like, fuck, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I've been hit with loads of eggs. That's what, like, fuck off. Like, it was. If you're Ben, right? If it happened to me, if I was Ben and someone smacked me in front of the world with an egg, I would be furious too, and I probably would have reacted like him. So I can understand that, but I also thought it was a stroke of genius from EUBANK. And EUBANK, who I would say there's a lot of people feel like I do. Up until this fight, they probably weren't the biggest fans of EUBANK in the world, but he's got a new fan of me. I think he's fucking hilarious, and I think that he's been controlling press conferences like when Eddie, I mean, Eddie's knows what he's saying. He's got the gift of the gab, but Eubank is kind of, in my opinion anyway, kind of controlled things from his position. I seen him do an interview with Piers Morgan, him and Conor Ben. I mean, he had someone like Piers Morgan like under his thumb at times. I thought, the guy's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think whatever people think of Chris Eubank has definitely played his part.
He has, and he's very smart, very smart.
Yeah, and the two contrasting characters of a very intense and fiery Conor Ben against someone who's kind of like Chris Eubank. I think it's made a great blend for this, regardless of Dad's histories and all this. These two as individuals, I feel like this has gelled very well, and we're not even nowhere near fight week yet. Just about.
Fight week's going to be mental. It's going to be madness. I'm just, I can't wait to be a part of it.
100 grand though, was that excessive for you or not?
I think so. I see a lot of people, and I don't know if it's been answered yet, but where does it go, the fine?
Well, look, I've asked a few questions about this. I'm just going to read this out to you. I got a text from Robert Smith about a week ago, because I was asking quite a few fighters about this situation, and every fighter said the same thing to you. So just on this, Robert Smith said to me, this was on the 20th of March, he said, all fines go to the British Boxing Board of Control charity to assist ex-boxers in need and medical seminars, etc. The board does not receive any of the money, all to charity. So that's what Robert Smith said to me. I think there's a few layers that I would, if I was.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I think that's good. If that's what's happening, I'd still think it was a fairly hefty fine. But I mean, the millions that these guys are going to make in the fight, it probably won't have hurt Chris Eubank that much, to be honest. But it's good to know that Robert has confirmed that, and if that's where the fines and everything else go, sanctioning fees, whatever, good.
But listen, you say it wouldn't hurt him. 100 grand's 100 grand. If you get 100 grand taken out your pocket, that's it, aren't you?
I know, of course. I mean, but when you've got 10 million in the bank, it doesn't hurt as much. You know what I mean?
100 grand, still 100 grand.
Kugan, you sound extremely tight here. You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. Right, let's finish off by talking about, obviously, this week's card. We had obviously disappointment of Dillian Whyte not fighting Joe Joyce, but Hrgovic coming in to fight Joyce is a great fight, and a very tough fight for Joe Joyce as well.
Yeah, it is, and in some senses, maybe even a tougher fight. Hrgovic is very accurate. He punches well in combinations, but he gasses in the second half. Joe obviously he did have a great chin, but we're starting to see vulnerabilities now. But he's got a massive engine. If Joe can avoid, well, if he doesn't get hit, he's going to get hit, because he's defensively, he's not brilliant. If he can avoid maybe taking as much punishment as normally, then he has a chance in the second half of the fight. But it's a difficult fight for both guys. And I'm hoping Joe can pull it off, but I think you have to, just with a recent, he's won in his last 4, Joe. I know Hrgovic got taken apart by Daniel Dubois kind of down the stretch, but he had success in that fight. You'd have to favour Hrgovic, but I hope Joe can pull it off.
Yeah, that's this Saturday in Manchester, and obviously we saw David Adelaide and Jamie TKV going at it in the Talk Sports studio yesterday, which is on the undercard for the British title, that is. So yeah, it should be an interesting night in Manchester.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and that's another good fight as well. It's a good fight. I mean, I think Adelaide is the favourite. Would I be right in saying that? Yeah. Jimmy TKV seems really up for it. I watched the little clip on TalkSport as well. And that's what we want. We want to see two guys who are genuinely there to win and want to win by knockout, especially if they're heavyweights. But it's a good fight for a good bill.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming you'll be there, obviously, from the start.
Yeah, I'm working. That's my first night, first fight night as a DAZN pundit. So looking forward to getting going.
All right. Well, listen, I won't take too much of your time. Carl Frampton, much appreciate your time. You do see.
Thanks, good. Here, the other one, the me and Sonny one, done all right, actually, didn't it?
I told you it was a good interview.
I didn't think anyone was going to watch it.
Why?
Because just talking shit.
No, I know what I'm doing. I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing. I know it was a good dynamic to have you two just, throwing a couple of questions in and you two having a little dynamic. I know what I'm doing. I think that was a great clip.
Good. No, I enjoyed it, to be honest.
There we go.
All
Right.
right,
Best to you in Manchester when we see you.
all the best.
Thank you very much, Carl Frampton. See you in Manchester.
Cheers, big man. See you later.